Hey guys, back with another video for processing. I'm going to pick up right where we left off in the last video. We had our lines. We had changed the stroke to change the color of the lines. Um, I want to talk a little bit about grayscale colors. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here to where I have the background command. If you want a grayscale, that means in between white and black, like some gray in between, then you can only put one number in between inside as a parameter for the background function, okay? So if you just put one parameter and not three, it's going to be some shade of gray, okay? So if you put 255 is all the color turned on, which is going to give you a white background, okay? A white background is if you put 255. And if you put 0 in as your parameter, then what do you think it's going to do? Should give you a black background, okay? Black background. There's our black background right there, okay? So that's a grayscale. If you put any number between 0 and 255, it's going to be a gray color in between a white and black, okay? So there I put 200, and there's a little bit lighter gray right there, okay? So the same thing works for the stroke as well. So if we go down here, and instead of red stroke, I want to make them white, then I'm going to just put 255 inside, and it's going to make it white, okay? It's going to make those lines show up as white. You see how the lines are white now? It's because I just put one number in there, all right? So if I want it to be an actual color, I got to put three numbers in there, and that changes it to the red color again, okay? So that's it for the stroke and the colors. We're going to use another one, which is the fill command. Fill command is going to take colors as well, and I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. But I want to talk to you about the stroke weight just a little bit. The stroke weight is going to change the thickness of the lines that are drawn. Okay, it's going to change the thickness of those lines. So in this particular case, you can change it anywhere from 0 and going up. Okay, 0 is the default. So if I change it to 10, those lines are going to be thicker than they were before, double what they were before because it was 5. Let's say I change it up to 20 instead. Okay, if I change it to 20, it's going to double them even more. Okay, they're going to be even thicker lines. All right. So it just depends on how thick you want your lines to be. Sometimes you want a thick line, sometimes you want a very thin line. It just depends on what you are drawing there. Okay, so there's my lines there. So the stroke weight changes the size of those drawn lines. Okay, changes the size of those drawn lines. All right, so I just want to show you the fill command real quick. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to change the stroke weight back because I do not want it to be at 50. So here I'm going to draw a triangle. And the triangle is going to be let's put this triangle at 800 or 800. Now, a triangle is made up of what? Triangle is made up of 3 points, okay? An X and a Y, an X and a Y, and an X and a Y. So you're going to have to put 6 numbers into this triangle command, okay? The first coordinates of the first point, which is X and a Y, that's two numbers. The second coordinate of the second point, which is X and a Y, that's 2 more numbers. And then the third coordinate is X and a Y, which is 2 more numbers, okay? So 6 numbers total. When you are drawing this triangle, we're going around in a clockwise motion, okay? So the first one is going to be at 800, 800. The next point is going to be at 900, 950. And the next point is going to be at 700, 950. All right. So we got a triangle there. Let's run it and see what happens. I don't have any errors in there. Ah, there's my triangle there. Okay. Now, what is going on? I have a red outline around my triangle. Why do I have a red outline around my triangle? Well, it goes back to how the computer program is executed in the memory of the computer. The program is executed sequentially, which means line by line by line by line. Okay? So what happened here was the stroke weight was changed to 5. The stroke is set to red. Drew 3 lines in that red color. We got down to triangle, but we did not reset the stroke color, so it is red, and the stroke weight is 5. So the outline of the triangle is red because we had 255.00 in the stroke, and the weight is 5 because of stroke weight being 5 up above. So here's what I want to do. I don't want to have any stroke on my triangle. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to say I don't want any stroke. So the command for that is no stroke, nothing in parentheses. Okay? You don't put anything in parentheses there. So now it's not going to have a stroke and it's not going to have a color because it cannot have a stroke weight or a stroke if it has no stroke. Okay? So it has no stroke, which is no outline around it. Okay? So let's say you wanted to make this triangle a color. Well, you got to fill it in with a color. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to use those colors that we know how to use, and we're going to fill our triangle. Let's say I want my triangle to be a shade of blue, let's say. So I'm going to put 0 for red, 0 for green, and I'm going to put 200 for the blue. Okay. So I'm going to fill 0, 0, 200. These parameters are 3 parameters here. These parameters are separated by commas inside there, okay? So here I have a blue triangle, okay? Let's say I wanted a blue triangle with a yellow outline. Let's say I want a yellow outline, okay? So I'm going to fill the triangle with blue, but I am going to create the stroke as a yellow, okay? So I don't know exactly what a yellow is, so I'm going to go back up to the tools and try to use that color selector. I'm going to go down to a yellow. I want a nice bright yellow. Something like that there. So here is the numbers, or I can just copy this and put it inside my stroke. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and run it, see what happens here. Close this color selector guy. Close. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Here it is. I got the stroke as a yellow color. Okay, you see that? The outline of that triangle is yellow. Then if I wanted to change the size of that outline, then I would change the stroke weight as well. Okay, the stroke weight is going to change the size of those drawn lines. And it is misspelled, so it gives me an error right away. It tells me that I have an error here. It highlights it for me so I can see exactly what's wrong. I misspelled it. There it is the right way. And there is my triangle with the yellow outline. Okay? So I am going to stop right there in this video. And in the next video, we're going to draw a bunch of different shapes. We're going to draw some lines, some rectangles, some squares, some circles, some parallelograms, and some triangles. And we're going to put it all together on one screen so you can see just how it should look. and we'll talk about it. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Thanks.